It is December 2023, which means it's time for another monthly bamboo growth update. Out of the 15 varieties in my backyard, most of them have new growth, including these tall canes I just walked past. So let's break out the measuring tape and see how high they've gotten. Starting with the silver stripe blowpipe, this guy here was at 65 inches beginning of November, and we are now past 72, 6 feet tall. We also have a couple of new canes here. So this one is 40 inches, and this one is 32. And one last one over here, right in the middle, 44 inches. The silver stripe blowpipe also has some new spikes coming up. This one is 6 inches. Another one over here, also about 6 inches. Check back next month to see how high they've gotten. Next, we've got the Clone X, and this new cane was at 84 inches, right about 7 feet, beginning of November. A little awkward. And now we're at about 90. So about 6 inches, but you can see all the branches. So this one will be making the plant quite a bit thicker and fuller. We've got two new canes over here that are roughly 52 and 48 inches. About 4 feet long on these two new canes. And then over on this side, this one was about 22 inches at the beginning of November. And now we are at 6 feet, 72 inches, so 50 inches of growth in a month. And we've got a new one coming up here that's already 44 inches that wasn't here last month. And coming to check on this new cane, we're at about 20 inches on this spike in 1 month. These canes on the punting pole were at about 31. We didn't get much further. We're at maybe 35, about 36. Don't have new growth, so these might have maxed out for now. We'll keep an eye on for new spikes coming up. And this is what I'm most excited about today. This is the Buddha belly. Finally has some new growth on it, and it has a lot of it. This entire new cane was not here last month. So in 1 month, we've got 88 inches, over 7 feet of new growth on the Buddha belly. We've also got several new canes. This one here is at about 7 inches, this one at about 5 inches, and this one over here about 4 inches tall. So 3 new canes on the Buddha belly. The tropical blue here had this shoot come up. We're at about 16 inches. That was its one new cane. But what has me really excited about the tropical blue is this new spike that has popped up in the last month. I love this purplish red color, and we're at about 10 inches on this. Now to the giant timber. Last month, these two big canes popped up out of nowhere in October, and they were at about 72 and 75 inches. And here we're just a little bit further. So yeah, if we count the leaves, we're 75 inches on this one and at about 80 inches on this one. So those canes have probably maxed out their height, but we've got some new ones coming in. So this one is at 48 inches, 4 feet, and we'll keep an eye on them. And now to the sea breeze, which at the beginning of November had 2 canes. One was 25 inches, that was this one here, and another was 5 inches. Seems like we've clearly had some growth. This cane is now over 7 feet, about 86 inches. This new cane is past 6 feet, we're at 76 inches. This one here is past 7 feet, we're at 85 inches. And this one is also past 6 feet, 75 inches. And the sea breeze also has a new cane, new shoot popping up. It's already at about 9 inches. In November, the Chinese dwarf here had this one cane that was about 23 inches, and it's still right about the same. But these new spikes were only about 3 or 4 inches tall, and now they are 32 inches, 36 inches, 36 inches, and 42 inches. So several new shoots that grew 3 feet in 1 month. And there hasn't really been much growth on the Timor Black over here or the giant Burmese. Our green temple is looking fuller, but not taller. There are a few new shoots like this one that have popped up, but haven't gotten much growth out of them in the last month. Not sure if that's part of the cold or what. Same story over here with the golden bamboo. It's got some green leaves popping out, but nothing really in the way of height. And similar story with the red margin. Maybe it's just something with the runners that this isn't their season to grow. We'll keep checking and see if we can get them to grow. And lastly, we have the red temple bamboo, which is our container bamboo over on the other side of the house. This cane popped up more than a foot away from the main clump. So this is a runner, which means it will send up these new canes far away from where the existing canes are. This is an example of that. So we're about 15 inches here, and here we're at about 10 inches. So some new growth on the red temple. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the January update.